Hey there everybody, it's Tracy from teachmetracy.com. In today's video, we're going to be making busy buckets. That's so that your children can stay busy when you are occupied doing other things. Stay tuned. On this channel, you're going to find the tips, tools, and tricks to help you thrive in a homeschool lifestyle. So in today's video, I'm just going to walk you through how to make these busy buckets. If you missed the last video that we did where we talked about busy buckets and how it's instrumental in helping you avoid burnout and helping you alleviate some of that stress that might come with homeschooling multiple children, I'm going to put it up in the iCard. So I have two busy buckets I want to go through. So one would be for the younger kids, for instance, maybe 18 months if they like to color a lot, probably to about pre-K. And then there's one that might help you if it's kindergarten through maybe 4th or 5th grade. You can adjust them accordingly to fit your individual child. But here is what we had in our busy bucket when our little homeschooler was a tiny fella. So the first thing that we had in here was a Play-Doh kit, and this one actually is a new one that I keep for other kids that might come over to the house. So it hasn't been opened yet, but you can see it has the Play-Doh here with the cookie cutters. Play-Doh is great for little kids to help with their motor skills, and if you have a child that has sensory issues, Play-Doh is great for working out some of those things, and they can work out some of their frustration too. So this particular little kit I like because it has just 2 cans of the dough, which you don't want to give them too many or else it ends up drying out and getting all gross. So give them 1 or 2 at a time, and then this little kit here is great because it has the cookie cutters. The second thing that's in here is a jumbo coloring book. So this is age appropriate, and right now they all love Paw Patrol at this age. So these have the larger pictures that smaller kiddos can use, and then I have the crayons or the markers, and I just put them in one of these little sandwich tins here. And along with the jumbo coloring book, I have crayons in here, right? And these are the larger ones. You can also use what's called rock crayons. That will also help with them, but they tend to be on the expensive side, and pretty much you're going to have a rock crayon because these don't last very long, so they're going to end up in little chunks anyways. And then I have the Pipsqueaks markers. The next thing that's in this busy bucket for younger kids is a die-cast car. Now, if you have girls, you probably don't want to use cars unless you're like my sister, and she was super into the Matchbox cars. Most little girls are not going to be into Matchbox cars, but if they are, wonderful. Put whatever toy is in there. But we had, our little fellow was really into cars. He knew, by the time he was 3, he knew all the makes, all the models, and it was crazy. I couldn't believe all the things that he knew about it. And then we also put these magnet tiles. They can put these together, and then they can make little houses or little boxes. You can talk about shapes and colors. There is a poppet. This particular one came from the dollar store, and it's very satisfying because it's a little bit on stiffer side than other ones. And sometimes when they're really flexible, you don't get the satisfying pop. I don't know if you can hear that or not. The last thing I have in this busy bucket is a fuzzy blanket. If you have a child who is highly sensitive, or they have sensory issues or anything like that, maybe they need to hold on to something while they're otherwise occupied. And so it's always a good idea. Our son always wanted something fuzzy to hold on to. I put these in these baskets, right? It's just a basket that will hold you can get any kind of plastic tub will work, any kind of basket. We tend to end up with a lot of baskets at the end of the year because people give us Christmas gifts in baskets, and so I don't like to throw them away because they're really nice in the most part. So I just repurpose them for other things around the house because I love baskets. But there's any number of ways to put these together. The point being is that they are portable. So if you're going on a trip, for instance, and you need to keep them busy and you want to keep them off a screen, grab this as you're going out the door, and this will work for that too. Let's get to the older kids' busy bucket. The materials that you put into these, depending on your child, and again, this is supposed to be a fun activity for them. It's supposed to be relaxing. So I don't recommend that you put a bunch of word puzzles and a bunch of crosswords in there that are so challenging, they don't, they dread going to it. So I'm not saying necessarily that you have to put things in there that are under their abilities. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if they don't particularly enjoy word searches, then don't put them in this bucket. Find something else for them to do. But in our bucket, because we have now a first grader who's getting ready to finish the first grade going into second grade. So we have in here a puzzle, which is a quick one. I think there's 24 pieces in here. So it's a quick puzzle. It's not designed to be something that they spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on. You want them to get quick successes and a quick win for them. Always adjust accordingly. Then there's a puppet, another puppet, and again, this one also came from the dollar store, so it's also very satisfying because it pops. The next thing that's in here, again, is the magnet tiles, and these are just fun. Sometimes Eric will make little tracks for his roads. He will build, he builds walls and barriers and that kind of thing. One year we just got him, I know it's a little bit off subject, but one year people were asking me what to get him for Christmas, and the thing that he was into at that point was stacking Solo cups. I am not joking. He would just build pyramids and pyramids and pyramids and pyramids all over the house. And so I said, well, why don't we just have everybody get him Solo cups? And so that's what we did. We asked several family members to get him packs of Solo cups, different packs, different sizes. And so for months, almost an entire year, that's all he wanted to do was play with Solo cups. So he enjoys making little things out of these, even though, like I said, he's already second grade. And I only put a few of them in there. Otherwise, he would be sitting there all day trying to build something, and we don't want him there all day long. Since Eric has sensory issues, we do have some dough in there for him to work with, particularly if he's upset about something. It works really great. And these happen to have the little shaped cookie cutters right on the lid. It's pretty convenient. I'm not sure exactly where these came from, but looking at them, it's not a Play-Doh brand. So my guess is they also came from the dollar store. These were a gift. And there's another die-cast car in here. Again, sometimes he plays with them now, sometimes he doesn't. I don't know, he might want to build a race car track, a garage to put the car in. That's usually what he's into these days. And the last couple of things that are in there is a drawing pad. Again, this one actually came from the dollar store, and this one actually is a pretty good one. These are leftover markers that we had from a long time ago. So anything that you can find that they enjoy, that's relaxing for them, that will fit in these buckets, I would encourage you to try. And remember that you can use these busy buckets when you need to clean, when you're cooking dinner. You can use them in your homeschool for brain break. You can use them when your younger children finish their schoolwork prior to when your older children finish their schoolwork. And it is something that you can send them to. Just say, go get your busy bucket, and they can help themselves and they can start working on their materials. You don't have to stop what you're doing and go find everything for them and keep them entertained. This should provide maybe an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half of entertainment for them, entertainment/educational for them, so that you can do what you need to do. And again, they're portable, so you can take them out the door with you if you need distractions, if you're going to grandma's house and maybe she doesn't have any more toys or doesn't have as many, or if you're going on a road trip with multiple kids and you don't want them on the screens the whole time. It's a great way to keep your kids' brains engaged while you're doing other things. And like I said, we have these all over the house, and I even keep a few for my friends who have smaller children when they come over, because they know that there are busy buckets there and they can go right to them. I would encourage you to start implementing these busy buckets into your homeschool. It will save you stress, it will save you time, and it will help you get things more automated so that you can relax and not have to worry so much about what you're going to do with all these kids that you're trying to homeschool all at once. And one more thing before you go. I've started a private Facebook group. So if you go to teachmetracy.com, scroll down a little, and then there's a link there. It says join my private Facebook group. I promise we will not spam you. I will see you right back here next week. Bye-bye.